Okay, here we are back again with more Mass Effect 2, and we gotta find Vitor.
This is your chance to go find Vitor while I tend to the wounded, Shepard. He's probably somewhere in the back of the loading bay.
Okay, Tally. Whatever you say, Tally. I have to find all the loot first. There's probably some more loot in here. Like, man, I'm sorry about you Quarians, but I told you we would need to work together, man. Okay. There's some... Find iridium.
This should come in handy.
So, research data. This is how you do upgrades, by finding research data and then going back to our ship, which we will find in a little while, and researching it. But we need to have a couple more things before we can actually do that and upgrade things, but we'll see how that works in a little while. Technically, we're still sort of in the prologue / tutorial level of the game. It'll be pretty obvious once we get out of it.
Monsters coming back. Mechs will protect. Safe from swarms. Have to hide. No monsters. No swarms. No.
Vitor?
No Vitor. Not here. Swarms can't find. Monsters coming. Have to hide.
Nobody's gonna hurt you anymore.
I don't think he can hear you, Commander.
Have to hide. Have to hide. Mechs will...
And that's our first interrupt.
You're human. Where did you hide? How come they didn't find you?
Who didn't find us?
The monsters. The swarms. They took everyone.
We're not survivors, Vitor. We just got here.
You don't know. You didn't see. But I see everything.
Looks like security footage. He must have pieced it together manually.
What the hell is that?
My god. I think it's a collector.
Is that some kind of alien?
The hell is a
They're
collector?
a species from somewhere beyond the Omega-4 relay. Only a few people have ever seen one in person.
They usually work through intermediaries, like slavers or hired mercenaries. If they're involved with the Reapers somehow, it could explain what happened to the colonies.
The collectors have advanced technology. They could have a weapon that disables an entire settlement at once.
The Seeker swarms. No one can hide. The Seekers find you, freeze you, then the monsters take you away.
I want to know more about the collectors.
Nobody knows much. They're so rare, a lot of people don't even believe they exist.
More importantly, why are they abducting human colonists? What are they after?
Maybe the elusive man can figure it out.
Tell me more about these swarms.
It's how they find you. Seeker clouds, machines like tiny insects. They go everywhere. They find you, then they sting you, freeze you.
Sounds like miniature probes, maybe. Find victims, then immobilize them with a stasis field or nerve toxin.
Why didn't the collectors take you?
Swarms didn't find me. Monsters didn't know I was here.
The collectors aren't known for being careless. Maybe his enviro suit kept him from showing up on their sensors.
Or they were using technology specifically designed to detect humans. Only human colonies have been hit.
That's a fair theory. Go on.
What happened next?
The monsters took the people onto the ship, and then they left. The ship flew away. But they'll be back for me. No one escapes.
I think that's probably all we're getting out of him, Commander.
Okay.
We appreciate what you told us. You were very helpful.
I studied them. The monsters. The swarms. I recorded them with my Omni tool. Lots of readings. Electromagnetic. Dark energy.
We need to get this data to the elusive man. Grab the Quarian and call the shuttle to come pick us up.
What? Vitor is injured. He needs treatment, not an interrogation.
We won't hurt him. We just need to see if he knows anything else. He'll be returned unharmed.
Your people tried to betray us once already. If we give him to you, we'll never get the intel we need.
Praza was an idiot, and he and his men paid for it. You're welcome to take Vitor's Omnitool data, but please, just let me take him.
You don't have to take Vitor and go. We could work together, just like old times.
Please?
I want to, but I can't.
Aww.
I've got a mission of my own. It's too important for me to abandon, even for you. When it's over, and I'm still alive, we'll see what happens.
That sounds dangerous. What are you doing?
I don't think Cerberus needs to hear about it, but it's in Geth space. That should tell you how important it is.
Well, I trust Tally. So, Vitor goes with Tally.
He's traumatized and he needs medical care. Tally will give us the Omnitool data and take him to the flotilla.
Understood, Commander.
Thank you, Shepard. I'm glad you're still the one giving the orders. Good luck out there. If I find anything that can help you, I'll let you know.
We're ready for pickup.
Creepy music.
Shepard, good work on Freedom's progress. The Quarians forwarded their findings from Vitor's debriefing. No new data, but it's a surprising olive branch given our history. You and I have different methods, but I can't argue with your results.
You ever think about playing nice once in a while?
Diplomacy is great when it works, but difficult when everyone already perceives you as a threat.
That's what happens
But
when
more
you're a
important,
terrorist.
You confirm the Collectors are behind the abductions.
Why do I get the feeling you knew about them already?
I had my suspicions, but I needed proof. The Collectors are enigmatic at best. They periodically travel to the Terminus systems, looking to gather seemingly unimportant items or specimens, usually in exchange for their technology. When their transactions are complete, they disappear as quickly as they arrived, back beyond the unmapped Omega-4 relay. Until now, we've had no evidence of direct aggression by the Collectors.
Why is the Omega-4 relay unmapped? What do we know about it?
Only that no ship passing through it has ever returned. Our best guess is that the relay reacts differently to Collector vessels, allowing them safe passage. If they can manipulate relays, that's just further evidence of the connection with the Reapers.
What are the Collectors getting from these deals?
The Collectors aren't very forthcoming about their motives. Generally, they seek out species with rare genetic mutations or abnormalities. They pay slavers and merc groups exorbitant sums to obtain these specimens, and then they leave. But they've never targeted a single species before, and the previous sample sizes were in the dozens, not the tens of thousands.
Any ideas on why they've shifted their focus to humans?
If they're agents for the Reapers, it could be any number of reasons. Obviously, humanity played a huge role in Sovereign's destruction. That might have been enough to draw their attention. What really concerns me is why they bother abducting the colonists. Once the humans are paralyzed, why not just kill them?
You're holding something back. How do you know the Reapers are involved?
Yeah, we still haven't made that
Patterns are
connection.
there, buried in the data. The Council and the Alliance want to believe the Reaper threat died with Sovereign. You and I know better.
Yeah, but are they
I
behind
won't
the
wait until
Collectors?
the Reapers are on the march. We need to take the fight to them.
Fine. I mean, I get it. Like, the Collectors absolutely need to be stopped, but we still haven't proven a connection between the Collectors and the Reapers. Nonetheless, I mean, I do agree with you that we need to, do this. But we can't do it by ourselves. Like, I can't just be a one-woman show here.
If this is a war, I'll need an army, or a really good team.
I've already compiled a list of soldiers, scientists, and mercenaries. You'll get dossiers on the best of them. Finding them and convincing them to work with you could be challenging, but you're a natural leader. I'll continue to track the Collectors. When they make their next appearance, I'll notify you and your team. Be ready.
I'm still a Spectre. Maybe I can get the Council to help us out.
If you think you can convince them, by all means. Just remember, you've been gone a long time. Things have changed.
Keep your list. I want people I trust. The ones who helped me stop Saren and the Geth.
That was 2 years ago, Commander. Most of them have moved on, or their allegiances have changed.
Where's Ashley Williams?
She's still with the Alliance. Promoted, I believe. Her file is surprisingly well classified.
Where's Garrus Vicarian?
The Turian disappeared a few months after you were declared dead. Even we haven't been able to locate him.
Where's Erdnot Rex?
He returned to Chichanka, and he hasn't gone off-world in over a year. He's trying to unite the Krogan clans.
Where's Liara Tisoni?
She's on Ilium. My sources say that she's working for the Shadow Broker. If so, she can't be trusted.
Really? Liara? For the Shadow Broker?
What about Tali? She already helped us on Freedom's Progress.
That was unexpected. I need more intel before I'll commit to that.
Fine.
Okay, I get it. They're not available.
You're a leader, Shepard. You'll get who you need.
Alright, whatever.
You worry about the collectors. I'll make sure my team's ready.
Good. 2 things before you go. First, head to Omega and find Morden Solus. He's a brilliant Solarian scientist. Our intelligence suggests he may know how to counteract the Collector's paralyzing Seeker swarms.
Sounds good. And what else?
I found a pilot I think you might like. I hear he's one of the best. Someone you can trust.
Really? Oh!
Hey, Commander. Just like old times, huh?
I can't believe it's you, Joker.
Look who's talking. I saw you get spaced.
Got lucky. With a lot of strings attached. How'd you get here?
It all fell apart without you, Commander. Everything you stirred up, the Council just wanted it gone. The team was broken up, record sealed, and I was grounded. The Alliance took away the one thing that mattered to me. Hell yeah, I joined Cerberus.
You really trust the elusive man?
Well, I don't trust anyone who makes more than I do. But they aren't all bad. Saved your life, let me fly, and there's this. They only told me last night.
Hola!
It's good to be home, huh, Commander?
I guess we'll have to give her a name. Alright, we got a ship, we got a pilot. Now we gotta go get a crew.
Welcome aboard the New Normandy, Commander.
I've been looking over the dossiers. I'd strongly recommend starting by acquiring Morden Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega. We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
And without that countermeasure, we'll be helpless if we ever run into the Collectors.
Acquiring Professor Solus seems like the most logical place to start.
Who are you?
I am the Normandy's artificial intelligence. crew like to refer to me as Edie.
Helmsmen aren't happy when someone takes control of a ship away from them. Especially Joker.
I do not helm the ship. Mr. Moreau's talents will not go to waste. During combat, I operate the electronic warfare and cyber warfare suites. Beyond that, I cannot interface with the ship's systems. I observe and offer analysis and advice. Nothing more.
I'm guessing it takes more than just the three of us plus Joker to fly this ship.
The Normandy has a full crew. They're at their stations awaiting your orders.
Final preparations for takeoff are complete, Commander. When you're ready to go, just pick a destination from the galaxy map and the CIC and I'll plot a course.
Jacob and I should return to our posts. Come find us if you have any questions.
Galaxy map. Fair enough, fair enough. We got a private terminal to get updates on my squad. There's an armory to choose weapons. There's even an elevator to get to the other decks. And I have my own quarters too. Yeah, baby. And there's a tech lab. Acquire the professor to research upgrades for your squad's equipment. So yeah, in order to get those upgrades, we need to get Morden Solus recruited. And I also, at this point, I also feel like it's a good place to point out that I do have all of the DLC characters, and also the DLC missions. And I will be doing all of them. Because, again, much like my Mass Effect 1 playthrough, I intend for this to be a pretty completionist kind of playthrough. Let's go ahead and get Tech Mastery, or Incinerate. So, now I'm going to look at our mission log here. You can see I have all these dossiers. These are the people that I'm supposed to recruit. Of course, this is our main quest, Stop the Collector. So right now our objective is to assemble a team using the Elusive Man's dossiers. So some of these are DLC, a couple of these are DLC characters. And of course we also have a mission to go to the Citadel and talk to the Council because we are still a Spectre, or at least hopefully we're still a Spectre. We have to figure that out. And these are a couple of the DLCs. Project Firewalker is a Cerberus project that has gone missing. We have to find them. And this is a Normandy crash site DLC. The Alliance has found the wreckage of the SSV Normandy on the planet Alcara. They have asked that a monument be placed on the site and any sign of the remaining 20 missing crew members recovered. So you can go to the crash site and sort of revisit the original Normandy. So that's a really cool DLC. I like that. We'll be doing that a little bit later. For the moment, we'll probably just focus on recruiting people, because this game, unlike Mass Effect 1, is actually quite a bit more linear than that game, in the sense that there are certain automatic plot trigger points at various places. And so for the first half of the game or so, we'll be pretty much focusing on just sort of recruiting people and getting our team set up. And then a couple of major plot quests will trigger at certain points. And then a little bit later in the game, it will sort of open up and we'll be able to sort of do all of the side missions and do all the exploration stuff. So that's how that works. And yeah, and I am planning on, once again, this being a very completionist kind of playthrough, so I will explore all the planets. It's a little bit easy. It's actually much easier to do in Mass Effect 2 than it was in Mass Effect 1, because your galaxy map will actually tell you which planets you visited and which systems you've been to, and if it will tell you if you haven't visited something. So that's actually really helpful. And yeah, we'll be doing all the DLC. There's a couple of DLCs that I'll be doing a little bit later in the game. Obviously, these are not the only DLCs there are. These are just the ones that trigger automatically at this point in the game. The others will trigger a little bit later on in the game. But particularly Lair of the Shadow Broker and Arrival, those DLCs I usually do either very close to the end or after the actual final mission has been completed. Arrival especially is actually, it actually does, like, chronologically, it takes place sort of after the main storyline of Mass Effect 2 has ended. So it's kind of a bridge between Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. So it's the very last thing that we'll be doing before finishing this Let's Play and starting the Mass Effect 3 Let's Play. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, for the most part, in this first part of the game, we'll be focusing on the DLCs. We'll be focusing on the dossiers, and recruiting some people. So, the Master Thief, Kasumi Goto, and the veteran, Zaid Masani, these are DLC characters. And they do not have recruitment missions, but they do have loyalty missions. There's a recruitment mission and a loyalty mission for every single one of the squad characters that you recruit, the team members that you recruit. And of course, the recruitment mission is obviously for recruitment purposes, and the loyalty missions trigger a little bit later, and that's basically you do a mission to help each one of your teammates get over something or deal with some issue from their past, or complete some kind of thing to earn their loyalty. And loyalty is a really important factor in how well you do in the final mission. Basically, this game is all about building up a team and making sure you have the best team possible in order to succeed in the final mission. And in order to succeed in the final mission, you need to sort of try to get as close to the optimal setup as you possibly can, which means you want to get all the upgrades to the Normandy that you possibly can, which happens by recruiting and making loyal your teammates, and by getting as many loyal teammates as possible. So that's really the objective of this game as it sort of emerges. It's a really cool kind of setup, I guess. And then there's some other factors as well that you learn sort of going into the actual mission, the final mission itself, but that'll come up a little bit later. But for right now, we'll probably focus on go ahead and recruiting. Next time, we'll probably go ahead and go in and try to recruit Mordin Solus because, as they've pointed out a couple of times already, he's a pretty important character to get recruited early. Just because you need him in order to do all of those research upgrades. So he's really important to get. And Archangel is another character that we can also recruit on Omega, so I usually do those two first, right off the bat, because they're both on Omega, and you can do them pretty much one right after the other. So yeah, here's our dossiers on the Professor, Dr. Mordin Solus. He's a biological weapons expert. He has light weapons training with Solarian Special Tasks Group, so he was an STG, which is cool. Dr. Mordin Solus is a Solarian biological weapons expert whose technology may hold the key to countering Collector attacks. He's currently operating a medical clinic in the slums of Omega. So we have to go to Omega and find Mordin Solus. And Archangel is also on Omega. Archangel is a small unit tactical expertise, and he's also an Omnitool expert and noted sniper. Archangel is a mercenary commander whose operations are noted for their technical expertise and strategic brilliance. He's responsible for high-profile attacks on gang leaders on Omega and can likely be found there. So, Archangel is holed up on Omega, and so is the Professor, Dr. Mordin Solus. So we'll go ahead and get both of them, in the next probably few episodes. It'll take a little bit because they both have pretty extensive recruitment missions. But that should take us through the next few episodes. And we'll also, explore the new Normandy and talk to our new AI, Edie, who is a great character in her own right. So yeah, as always, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next episode. Later!